Allison, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. Tell me a little bit about your role at ARTBA. You are the Senior Vice President, the Chief Economist. Tell me a little bit about what you do with ARTBA.
So I've been with ARTBA for over 20 years at this point, and what I do is take a lot of information, working with my team, taking all of the data that's out there, all of the information on the benefits of transportation investment, and really trying to translate that into something that the American public, members of Congress, and our industry can understand. So it's really making that connection between how important infrastructure investment is and how that impacts people in their daily lives.
How it benefits, right? That economic benefit. I love that. And so we have recently had a major investment in infrastructure, right? The Infrastructure Investment Jobs Act, right? It's been a couple years. Can you tell me a little bit about what you're seeing with the data with that major federal investment?
There were a number of different pieces to the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, and we focus specifically on the highway, bridge, and transit portion. So that's the Federal Surface Transportation Bill, and there have been significant economic benefits from that investment. So we're seeing record levels of work out there for highways, bridges especially, and we're seeing that turn into projects. A lot of them that have been on the books for a number of years are finally getting underway, and that's going to provide not only an immediate economic benefit from that construction activity, but also longer term as those improvements are made. That just makes people's daily lives that much better.
Makes sense to me. And I'm kind of curious, when we talk about infrastructure investment and economics, is it like a trailing indicator of the economy? Is it like a leading indicator of the economy? Is it both? I mean, how would you kind of frame infrastructure investment for when it comes to economic growth, GDP, things like that?
So often there are two different impacts. A lot of times when you have population growth, when you have a growing economic area, they need to make those transportation investments. But those investments also lead to growth in the future. So if you think about improving a major highway or an interstate running through a corridor, a big trade corridor, you will see businesses make decisions to locate in that area because of the transportation investment that is available and the infrastructure that they can then use, especially for freight shipments and that type of thing.
That makes total sense to me. I describe supply chain logistics and highway infrastructure as like a hand in glove, right? It's very complementary. I want to talk to you a little bit about this report that I saw that you helped author about women in transportation, women in construction, right? Today at this national convention, we saw ARTBA sign a memorandum of understanding with the Women's Transportation Seminar. And so tell me a little bit about your economic analysis and the report that you were looking at in terms of women in construction and how that's playing a role in ARTBA today.
Well, I think one of the biggest challenges we have in the transportation construction industry right now is finding more labor and more people to help in all aspects of delivering these projects. And I think women are absolutely one untapped source. We've seen a number of women in the industry, and that has been growing, which is fantastic. But when you look at the share of women in transportation construction, that has remained steady and grown a little bit over the last 20 years. That's what we found in this report. So we'd like to see that number grow. And I think you're going to see businesses looking towards all available resources, again, to deliver these projects. It's not just boots on the ground. It's people in the office. It's a variety of positions attracting the best and brightest to this industry, which offers, I think, a lot of opportunity across a wide variety of different occupations and skills.
Absolutely. What specific about this MOU do you see ARTBA doing with WTS in the next year? Is there a framework that you can maybe describe?
So I think there are a number of things in the agreement. I think it will be a great opportunity. I know I'm looking forward to doing some presentations and being a part of some of the upcoming meetings with WTS. And I think having them here and signing that MOU is just a great way to just raise awareness and look at opportunities to partner.
Sure. Okay, last question. Tell me, you're an economist, economic outlook. I know nobody's crystal ball is crystal clear. That's one of my favorite expressions, yes. Right? But you have been looking at all of this construction data for years. personally, I think that things are trending in a great direction, but I want to hear from you. You're the chief economist. How is the construction and transportation industry? What is our outlook economically?
I think overall the outlook for transportation construction market is very strong. We do tend to see things start to level off at the end of a major federal bill. So we are expecting that over the next year, that we will start to see some leveling off at these record levels of investment. I want to underscore that. We are at record levels of transportation investment. We do expect the bridge market to continue to be quite strong. We've seen a number of leading indicators. States are using a lot of those federal dollars to try and address some of those major condition issues, and especially some of those big regional bridges. We know that those are coming online and construction work is starting. So things are going to continue to be strong. And I think it's really a question of what Congress is going to do with the reauthorization of the surface transportation bill. We have one more year through fiscal year 2026. And then we've seen a number of states raise their revenues as well. So that is also a key factor when we look at the growing marketplace.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And best of luck to you and all of the work that you're doing. I look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you very much.